Or the disrespect before you play, better button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? We are back. It is Sunday morning, a beautiful morning. The weekend is here. We done made it. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Chapters and links down below if you guys want to skip around to a certain subject. We definitely got a lot of buttons, special announcements, all that good stuff. Let's get it. So you already know how it goes. Without further ado, we're about to jump straight into it. Hope you're having a good day, hey, because the weekend just got better. Let's go. And next up for them, next set of beautiful Hori buttons, literally, that need to be checked because the beautiful people over at Hori done gifted me right here with the PlayStation, right? The Hori Fight Stick for the PlayStation 5. So this fully featured tournament grade fighting stick, it's dope, man. I just opened it and I put it back in the box because I wanted to film this, but anyway, it's real cool because it opens up with the press of a button. You can replace like the artwork super easy. The plug like that comes out the top is on the inside as well. It's dope. And it has the Hayabusa matte finish buttons. Real smooth, man. Let me take this out real quick. And of course it got that 3.5 millimeter audio jack touch panel, custom profiles that you can create through the companion app. Oh, and FYI, it's not only for the PS5, but it's also for PS4 and then PC. And that's good because right now I still don't have a PS5 because they're still expensive and hard to get. So I'm rocking that PS4. And check it out. Oh, the buttons feel so good, so smooth. That lever, you got that square gate. And what I like, man, like with normal sticks, like, you know, we're always looking at like size and length and whatnot, but this is actually like wide. This is wider than most sticks that I have. So I feel like it covers most of my lap, which I really like. And here's the button I was talking about right up top. Check that out right here. So if I press this, if I slide it over, bam, check me out. Right on that inside, how beautiful is that? Here it is right here. You just kind of take it out. It comes right through the top. Plug it in that console. You see right here, when you close it, you have two more like levers right here that you can press down that'll open up this space. And the beautiful thing is the release date, I think it was originally for like August 31st. Now it's moved up to the 8th. I believe you can get it right around the corner. Link in the description field. Definitely check it out. Cop it. It's a beautiful stick. And it got weight to it. You know what I'm saying? It feels very durable. You can pair it up with Street Fighter, King of Fighters, Guilty Gear, Tekken, Soul Calibur, even retro games like Pac-Man, Shredder's Revenge, Tetris, and of course the list goes on. So there you have it. Definitely check out the beautiful fight stick from the beautiful people at Hori for the PlayStation 5 and of course 4 and PC. Thank everybody. Thank you. Big thank you to everybody at Hori for gifting Button Check with this. I'm definitely going to use this a lot. All right, now into the really not feeling safe buttons that need to be checked. Okay, so this one pops off for the world, basically in the world of majors as we know it, right? So the other day I noticed that IBDW, aka Cody Schwab, posted this. Well, I'll put his profile on the screen. Link in the description field, so definitely show him some love. So he posted this the other day saying, random thought, but I'm insanely unhappy with back checks at majors. I don't think I've had more than one security guard even try to check what they can't see in my bag. Makes me feel insanely uneasy. Wish it wasn't even necessary, of course, but still needs to be fixed. All right, so this brings up a good point, right? And I remember we talked about this not too long ago because there was a certain tournament. And honest to God, I can't remember. We checked so many buttons on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the episodes just run together. But anyway, I remember not too long ago, I want to say it was this year, people were complaining about a certain tournament and like the back checks, they were like, yeah, we don't think they were on their game. So it's definitely been a problem, I would say, not only just within the FGC, but at all, you know, gaming majors. Probably even bigger than that, just like in America. And of course, the FGC reacts to this. I couldn't help but notice that Leffen responds as well, saying, this is 100%, I do not feel safe at all majors. Then I noticed others saying, what a country, what a life. And then somebody by the name of Taylor says, you are safer at the major than you are driving to the major. Just because someone feels unsafe doesn't mean it's statistically justified. Others saying that, you know, it's a very good point, especially with some of the issues with people pulling fire alarms, which of course, we've seen that a lot lately, saying it worries me that some people might try to take this shit further. Truck adding to this saying, yeah, back checks at Genesis past 10 p.m. was an absolute joke. I noticed Jason posted this saying, at Get On My Level, I legit told them I was declaring sharps. needle tips for my diabetes, and they didn't even bother checking it, nor the rest of my bags, where literally everywhere else they would want me to show what I'm carrying. But I noticed Vic kind of answered that, saying, to be fair, Get Up My Level was the first time I was actually security checked in my 7 years living in Toronto. Okay, and before we unpack that, I couldn't help but notice this conversation right here. Somebody by the name of Rabbit says, is it necessary? What exactly can a single security guard prevent that warrants them being there? Joshua responds saying, weapons and drugs would be the big ones. Someone could easily fit a semi-automatic handgun into a backpack that could also store a controller and a water bottle. Rabbit says, what's that, CW for violence? Okay, but what does a security guard do in that situation? If someone wants to shoot up a venue, why can't they just start with the security guard, then proceed to the venue? They continue right here saying, it just seems bad that everyone's privacy gets violated for something that doesn't help. Like, I don't accept the argument of it might help. If you want to violate every attendee's privacy, I want evidence that it does something, and there's no way for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and unpack this. Now, I can't help but notice that this has been an issue for quite some time, right? I mean, we've been talking about this for years now, right? I know some tournaments seem to be, or some majors, I should say, seem to do a better job than others, and then others seem to start off good, but like, you know, some of these players we're mentioning, they tend to slack off like in day 2 or once it gets past a certain time of the day. Because the reality, I think, is it's sad to say, is people are people, and people eventually get tired, or they might start slacking, or maybe they're just like a volunteer, or they're underpaid, or they're just not really taking their job too seriously, and they drop the ball. So for what I'm seeing, it's like, why not? I know you're saying, well, we don't have like too many examples and whatnot, or it's a 1 in a million or 1 in 1,000 chance. But still, that's too much of a chance. I think 1 of 1,000 in this case to save lives. I don't know. Am I off? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, why are we not doing everything for the sake of violating people's privacy? And I don't think we're necessarily violating people's privacy, because if you're worried about the privacy of the content of your backpack going into the major, then what the hell are you really taking in the major? You know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, in the backpack, what do you usually got? You usually got a water bottle, your stick, your controller, maybe a snack or something like that, your wallet. What else really do you have that needs privacy? Because it's not like they get your wallet and they just start going through your cards and your ID and stuff like that. So maybe I'm kind of confused, and let me know if you think I'm way off, but do you think those contents that I just mentioned would be considered violating privacy? Then you got others like MRA right here, if I'm saying that name correctly. She says, yeah, I know what you mean. I'm head of safety for RNG in August, and in addition to increasing security, I'm having on-site safety engineers to help tackle a lot of these issues. I've never felt safe at a single major, and I'm intending to change that with RNG. All right, now into the next set of, what the hell did she just say, buttons that need to be checked. All right, this one pops off in the world of Pokimane, right? Y'all know Pokimane, especially with her recent induction, I should say, I guess we could say that, right, into the FGC, which she's like working with Evo or like Sony, something like that. So anyway, recently, I want to say recently, like not too far back, I remember there was this issue with her. Some people were trying to get her canceled, for lack of a better term, saying that she was doing like cocaine on stream or something like that. Other people were coming to her defense saying no, she was just putting on makeup from the way that it looked. Then she had said the N-word, and I think this was years ago, right, when she was just coming out. So a lot of people were like, yo, how come people are not really trying to, basically what I'm trying to say is, how come it doesn't seem like the community is making that big of a deal out of it as they had with others, right? What I'm basically trying to say is, it seems like the community is starting to question, like, why hasn't there been an uproar as far as her using that word as there were to like other players that have been banned fairly recently for saying the N-word? And it kind of just happened again, possibly, like literally just a few days ago. None other than Punk, I know we just talked about him, but he actually brought this to light right here. Well, from where I picked up the story. He said, Pokimane says the N-word more than me at this point. I promise y'all she do, it's the sad truth. And I noticed Drazaboy kind of responded to that saying, she said it recently and nobody is talking about it, which is weird. I thought everybody would be losing their shit, but nope, only a few people have seen / reacted to it. And here is the clip. I'm gonna kind of bleep it out. To be honest with you, it doesn't really need bleeping because I believe like at one point she says, who asked? Like, who asked you? But it's right before that. Right before she says, who asked, you could hear like a little, like a silent N-word basically.
I believe the tweet is from about 5 years ago and the clip from about 7 years ago. And although I never said it with ill intent or racial context or the hard R, I still want to make it clear that I don't condone the use of that language. And I don't want my deletion of these things or my silence now to make it seem otherwise. I really wish I could go back in time and change the past. Unfortunately, I can't, but I do hope that my behavior in regards to language for the last couple of years and onwards was...
Do you want the close one or the
Asked.
So like I said, with that clip, you can't really tell. It's on YouTube right now. It's under Pokimane says the N-word again. If you guys want to look it up, you can be the judge for yourself. But a lot of people right now are like, yeah, after replaying it, she definitely kind of said that before she said, who asked? And then of course, the FGC starts reacting to this. One interesting perspective, like right off the bat, somebody says, even though she doesn't look like it, she is African. Does this give her a pass? Actually curious on what your opinion on this is. Punk responds saying, definitely not. That's one, surprisingly, that I have heard before. Let me know if y'all have heard this before. People have literally said, I'm African, you know what I'm saying? And they'll be white, they'll be Caucasian, but they'll be from like South Africa or something like that. So they'd be like, technically I can use the word because I'm from Africa. And then everybody else would be like, shut your ass. And I think it all comes back to this. Somebody right here by the name of Status says, okay, but what do we do with this info? Because here's the point, and I think this is what it all comes down to. Pokimane is like larger than life. What is she, like co-owner of Evo right now? With something like this, it is interesting though. Like we all know that there's such thing as status, right? There's such thing as clout. And we just talked about the other day, right? A lot of people were saying that Hungrybox got that pro player privilege, right? Because he went to the tournament, he said he was sick. Nobody DQ'd him, nobody asked him to leave until he took himself out. People are saying he probably did that because of the flack he caught on Twitter, the outrage, you know what I'm saying, from all the replies once he made that comment. But the point was, nobody at the tournament apparently stepped in, so therefore a lot of people saw it as the pro player privilege. They saw it as status, you know what I'm saying, that he was treated different than everybody else. Now, whether you believe or not that he was treated different or special in that particular situation, I think we could all agree that it does happen from time to time in life. And I could only imagine that if that was the case, you know, and everything was true right here with Pokimane, that it would be the same thing, because you're talking about a boss. You're talking about a woman that owns stuff, you know what I'm saying? Half of Evo, you know what I'm saying? Dipping her toes a lot, I should say. She up to the knees right now in the FGC. So from somebody that's a millionaire, from somebody that's owning things, I mean, what really could be done, if anything? And I think a better question would be like, if the community really believes that it's true, you know, from her past to her present, would they be willing to do anything? That it is one more again. Definitely let me know how you're feeling. Thank you guys for joining us and helping us check these buttons. It is Sunday. I'm happy just because the weekend is here. And tomorrow, not tomorrow, but I think Tuesday. Tuesday is that HT. It's coming up and I should finally have a day off. Oh, and real quick, check this out. I had to mention this. Turns out we got Button Check fam all the way in Romania, of all places. Man, I love doing this show. I get to talk and meet people that I never would, you know what I'm saying? So big up to the homie. I believe his name is Mercia, if I'm saying that correctly, profile on the screen. He's actually doing a tournament, organizing it basically, I think primarily by himself, but it's in Romania. They're choosing like some players outside as well. He's hustling to try to like revitalize the FGC in his area, and I believe it's going down September 3rd and the 4th. I'll kind of put the trailer in the background as we talk about it as well. So it looks like he's really excited about it. He's been talking to me about it for like the last few days. I definitely wanted to show him some love. So I'll put the link in the description field if you guys want to check it out. If you happen to be in the Romania, area, definitely show him some love or just catch it on stream. Oh, and real quick before we get out of here, man, speaking of Evo, I want to give a special shout out to the homie Michael, aka Claw Daddy, man. His profile's on the screen. Definitely show him some love. Why? Because I remember when we went to Evo with my family. I met him for the first time. He's a family man. Wife is a beautiful person. They streamed together. I never forgot the love that he showed my family when we went to Evo. He had his own like stand setup and stuff like that. So we ran some sets. He beat me with Vega, and he barely beat me. I still maintain that he was on the juice. He was on something. Definitely, we couldn't do the steroid test, but I had the cup. I told him to pee in it. Anyway, the results ain't back. But besides being a cheater, he's good people. So anyway, give him some love, like real talk. He's awesome, man. His Twitch is down below. He streams. Follow him. Thank you guys for the massive love. We will see you soon. If not tomorrow, definitely the next day. Like I just said, Tuesday, obviously. Love y'all forever. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.